Like we always do at this time, ladies and gentlemen, what up to everybody? Thank you for all the support to the people that support. To all the people who hit the cash app, yo, much love to you. Now, Whack 100. I never, ever, ever seems to agree with him, right? I always feel like most of the stuff he say be overly, or how would he know this stuff? All the goodness, right? He made a statement about POOH SHIESTY. They said he was released from federal prison. Wack said he think he's working. Wack really said he think the boy is working. I agree. I lived in Broward for an extensive amount of time of my life. Like Broward, you could say Dade County, Miami, Overtown, Opelika, um, fucking Hialeah. You name it, I done been there, chilled there, hung out there, partied there. That's how I was familiar with that. The girl that Diddy was messing with, her uncle ran a strip of Miami with Coco's and all them good clubs, Rolex. Her dad was the owner of, I think, one of those, if not both of those. I know one of those he's the owner of. It was big shit back in the day, you know what I mean? Like, really big shit. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out for myself, like, yo, how do this work? Pooh Shiesty went to jail. He shot a man and he's out of jail. Well, I'm not being funny. This law right here is the law that I say. How? Okay. This is Florida's. You use a gun, you're done. 10, 20 life. Pull a gun, 10 years. Fire a gun. Fire a gun, 20 years. Shoot someone, 25 to life. Now, Florida's 10-20 life law, criminal statute that requires the judge to order a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years, 20 years, or 25 years to life for the commissions of a certain conviction for felonies involving the attempts, use of a firearm or destructive device. The penalties get even stiffer if the firearm is used in an assault weapon or machine gun in those cases. Judge must impose 15, 20 to 25 to life. Right? This is what worries me about precisely shooting a gun in Florida and he's home already. Something not right. Somebody's working here. Somebody's working. Okay. The 10-20 life term of incarceration must be imposed in addition and consecutive to the sentence for the underlying felony conviction. What kind of cases fell under the suspended Florida statute? Judges are required by law to impose a mandatory minimum sentence in the cases involving a conviction for committing or attempting to commit any of the following felonies, regardless of whatever use of the weapon was an element of the crime: murder, sexual battery, robbery, burglary, arson, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, which that's what he had, kidnapping, escape, aircraft piracy, aggravated child abuse, aggravated abuse of an elderly person, disabled adult, unlawful throwing, place, or discharging of a destructive device or bomb, carjacking, home invasions, aggravated stalking, drug trafficking, and capital important importation of cocaine and other illegal drugs, and the possession of a firearm by a felon. Under the 1020 life laws, judge must impose 1. 10-year prison sentence to anyone convicted of committing or commit any of the above felonies with certain exceptions, while armed with a firearm and or destructive device. Number 2, 20 years. 20 years. Prison term if accused of firing the firearm. 25 to life. If accused of discharging a firearm and killed or seriously hurt someone. So we'll more go by. He's supposed to have got 20 years mandatory down there in Florida, right? Now ask yourself, hold up, what's his name? If the Mel Ice Spice, whatever you want to call himself, little Ice Spice, get it back in blood, whatever you want to call himself. Listen, if he shot someone, hold up, let me find the video first, cause y'all see what the laws is, right? Let's find what happened. Let's go to the footage. He was allegedly robbed for $40K. And I am not being funny. Only in fucking Miami. They was laughing. They was trolling. They was telling everybody that he got robbed for $40K. So he was mad. He was mad. But let me tell you, if you pull out a gun and shoot that motherfucker down here where he was at, man, listen, bro. If you do that, this is what's going to happen to you, point blank. So he fired the firearm. Not to mention he hit somebody. Not to mention he hit somebody. But let's just say he fired the firearm. That's 20 right there. How the fuck is POOH SHIESTY home? It's the main question that everybody should be asking themselves right now. Ain't no exceptions to the rules. There is no exceptions to the rules. I'm not jumping on no bandwagon. I'm not trying to ride nobody tip. I'm telling you what I know because I lived in fucking Broward. We know this shit. We definitely know this shit. There's no exceptions to these rules. My question is, how is POOH SHIESTY home? I don't think that he seriously hurt the guy by shooting him in his foot, even though he didn't necessarily mean to shoot the guy, and the guy probably was only hit with like a piece of concrete fragment, whatever, like when he shot the gun. But he shot the guy. And look at rule number 2. Pay attention to rule number 2. Rule number 2 states 20-year prison term if accused of fired the firearm. He fired the fucking firearm. Now, what crime was committed was they robbed him, so he got mad. You can't take the law into your own hands, bro. That $40,000 that they robbed you for should have been insured and should have never been hanging out your pocket. But since you played that game and you thought that you was so cool, you thought them girls was looking at you, smiling at you, welcome to Miami. And you ain't gonna come back and do nothing. They ain't worried about you, bubba. And I'm being real with you. You can ask Trick Daddy. They not worried about you, bro. They not worried about you coming back. Cause let me tell you something. Then everybody that was in the club that was in there wilding with you and doing all that, they probably wasn't even from Florida, bro. They probably was just there on vacation. So they like, we don't give a fuck. I'm not from Florida. I don't give a fuck about him trying to finna go back and shoot up Florida. I'm from Kentucky. I'm from New York. They wasn't from there, bro. But anyway, I'm just putting it out there because I do know about this. Anything come from Broward, I'm going to jump on it. Newark, New Jersey, I'll jump on it. Upstate New York, I'll jump on it. And I'm telling y'all what I know. Under the 1020 life law, judge most impose the following. A 10-year sentence to anyone convicted of committing or attempting to commit any of the above felonies with certain exceptions, while armed with a firearm or destructive device. 20 years. 20 years prison term if accused fired the firearm. So if you shot the goddamn gun in the air, nigga, you can get 20 years for that shit, bro. 25 to life. Because think about it. If he ain't committed a crime, why he went to jail? But if he went to jail for firing that gun, I don't know why he home, man. I'm sorry to say that. I'm trying not to disrespect nobody. I'm going to just keep it gully. I don't know how he home. I don't know how he made it home this fast. I don't know how many years he was in there. But I don't think it was no goddamn 20 years. We ain't just, unless they just did what they did when they did the goddamn, what was that shit when they turned dark in like 10 minutes and then it was back light time. We seen the turn night, then morning time all over in our face within 20 minutes, which means somebody controlling this shit. They say how many hours they wanted to be light, how many hours they wanted to be dark. And then they turn around and say, you know, hey, let's do daylight saving time. We let stay light a little bit later in the summer so they can have more fun. Somebody controlling this shit, bro. But I'm going to tell you like this. There's no control in 1020 life. If you fire a gun, 20 years. If you get caught with a gun, 10 years. If you shoot somebody and seriously hurt them or kill them, you're going to jail for 25 to life. But in most cases, Florida just give you, you'll get 25 to life if you seriously hurt them. And you get a life, a mandatory life if you kill them. And you get found guilty. So now, with Melly, if he get caught, he didn't hurt them, he killed them. They're going to give him life. That's why they didn't let the other trial go, because they only got him on a manslaughter for the first trial. They only proved manslaughter, and the judge knew that. They only proved manslaughter. So he said, before we sit here and lose this trial, let this fucker come home in, because Melly had already been home and I've been in jail 5 years. He definitely would have came home if he would have got hit with manslaughter. He had been home by now. The judge wasn't having that. Broward was not having that. They said, man, retry his ass. And Lord beholds, they got Mariah finna flip the script. Cortland already flipped the script. Cortland done flipped the script so hard. He took his plea deal. And they not going to sentence him to that until he cooperate with what they said. Because they said, yo, 4 weeks, you can go to trial too. We got evidence on you too, buddy. I'm going to leave it there for now, man. Ask Melly them. Ask Cortland them. Should POOH SHIESTY be home this early? I say not. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to all my subscribers. Georgia Davis, thank you so much for all you do. Carla Houston, thank you for all you do. My homeboy G-Boy Films, where you at? Salute. Shouts out to my homeboy Lamont, the real YT, always. That's my big brother. That's my little brother right there. That's my little brother. Shouts out to Lamont. Salute. You already know, bro. He over there doing his gaming thing, so make sure y'all go over there and support my bro, man. Make sure y'all go over there and support my bro. And Lamont, I know you be seeing them thumbs up. That's me, bro. I watch what you doing, regardless of what it is. If you ain't doing the same pattern I'm doing, you still my brother, nigga, and I'm mad that you ain't been calling my phone. between me and you, but you already know. It's all love. That's my brother, for real, for real. Shouts out to all the real niggas. You know what I'm saying? If I forgot y'all name, Lamar Skates, you already know. Always shouts out to you, baby, bro. Thank you for the information. Lena don't fuck with me no more. I guess somebody done jumped in her inbox like they did the Peach that time, trying to talk about me and all that old bullshit. But you know, a hater is a hater. Shouts out to the Peach RL too. Me and her, we argue like we married. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That motherfucker right there, we argue like we married. But that's my dog. At the end of the day, we go through it, but no disrespect to her. I curse out a little bit. She cursed me out a lot, but you know how it goes. But if I forgot you, it ain't that I ain't thinking about you. It's just I got a lot on my mind because I got mad subs and shit like that. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do another video just shouting out people because I know who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love. Smash the like button, share the video. Thanks to the moderators, thanks to the subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber. Thank you to everybody who donate to the Cash App. Positivity is a must right here. It's your boy Cos. You know how we do it. Cock back, shoot. I'm gone.